Hi, my name's Alison and I'm on the community team at the Heath Business and Technical Park in Runcorn, and today I wanted to show you a couple of more ideas for how to decorate a bottle and turn it into a hug in a bottle. You think you can't send a hug? Actually, we can. With a little bit of imagination and a lot of love, we can do it. I've got a couple of ideas here. These are both plastic bottles and then decorated with little tunics, and the idea is that you send the person that you want to hug this bottle with an instruction to fill it with warm water, and then when they hold it tight to them and they squeeze it, if they close their eyes and think of you, it's almost like a hug from you. Okay, let's see what we need. Space. Always need space. Here we go. You will need a bottle. This is just a small drinks bottle. I've painted this with white acrylic paint ready. Some wool for the hair. Felt for the dress. I'm going to make a little hug in a dress today. Scissors, pipe cleaners. You might want to use googly eyes, flesh paint, or whatever colour flesh you want to paint. If you haven't got this, then to make this colour, a lot of white with 1 dib of red and 2 dibs of yellow will get you a fleshy colour, or you can alter it accordingly. Selections of pens to draw on faces, paintbrush of course, sellotape, and A4 paper is incredibly important because that's ready to make your template over here. Here is the template for the tunic, nice and simple. I'll show you how to make it. But first of all, let's put on this bottle the head. You need to, I'll show you. I have glued this on already. I was short of 1 head, so I'm having to double up with heads. You press down on the polystyrene ball to make it slightly flat, and then you put your trusty glue gun on there and stick it and paint it. Make sure it still runs free so it can have the water added later, excuse me. Dear me. And then you need to add the arms. Now to make the arms, you need 2 pipe cleaners. A hug comes from your shoulders. When you really hug somebody, you really want to say all those things that maybe you can't say with words, but you say them through a hug. So I'm putting that there at the front under the chin. I'm going to twizzy at the back. There we go. Arms come round the front like a gibbon's arms, these. There we go. Twist. Mind you, your arms are longer than you think. Children always draw arms ending at the waist, but actually your fingertips come down to your thighs. I wonder if you're checking that now. Okay, excuse me. There's the arms. Now we need to think about the tunic. To make the tunic, the little top, you will need your piece of A4 paper. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. Folded in half. This is great fractions for the children. There we go, look. Each is 1 bit out of 2. So we've got 2 halves. Now we've got 4 quarters, and making sure this is the crease at the top. We're going to knot it halfway, just above. This is the armpit, and we're going to go down to, you can either go down to there, go down to there. I'm going to go down to this point here so the dress flares out slightly, and from the folded corner I'm going to go in about 2 centimetres because that's going to be cut off. I'm going to do it in paper first. You might want to try this on your bottle first. I know it fits mine, but your bottle might be a different size to mine. So at this point you would then test it on your bottle to see if you need to make allowances. Now that will fit onto my bottle. I'd have to take the head off first, but it'll slip over the neck of the bottle. Now I'm going to put that template onto my fabric, which is felt. And felt is fab because it doesn't fray. Now on the little scrubs that I made that you saw just earlier, one was made with fabric that frayed. So for that, instead of the template going to the edge, I had to make sure that the fabric was larger, and I had to turn over all the edges. If you're a sewer, you'll get that, you'll know what to do. But today, this is mainly for, this one is made of felt, and it's nice and easy. Okay, once you've got, you see there and there, we can now snip those off. Now probably if I've left any felt tip on, I could either snip that off or I could just put that on the back. And we'll just cut this, and I will, in fact what I'll do is I'll open it, I'll fold it. It's a better way of snipping. And also, I don't know if anybody's told you this, but if you can, instead of snipping up there, always try and put the point where you want to end, because then you can't go too far. Okay, so that's my template. In fact, I'll turn it inside out, and that will now fit over the neck of the bottle. I'll stand this up to do it. You see, I've put some water in there now, not warm water, but only so that it stands up easy, because if not, these plastic bottles fall over all the time. So there we go. So you can see it's starting to take shape. With the wonderful glue gun, we will now glue under the arm and down the side. In the next, I've got one more video to do on these, and that is going to be, I've written some lovely poems which you can either send with them. Well, I'm thinking they're lovely. I hope you think they're lovely. Send with these, or if you chose a paper template, you can just write it on the front of this tunic, which might be nice for children to do and decorate. Now, I would either decorate this with, draw some legs on, or just keep it, maybe that would be painted as some leggings or jeans, or maybe just keep it pale pink, keep it very, very simple. Now then, there's my tunic, there's my arms. I could choose to make some little hands on there out of foam, but right now I'm going to crack on instead with the hair. Now the hair is stuck to something. It's here, there we go, here we go. Now, this is one I made earlier. I shall show you how to make the hair. It's a new design. Could do with one of these for me. What you do is, I'll just start it off. Take a piece of sellotape, sticky side up, and then with your wool, do figures of 8. Stick it on. Now, I'm presuming you haven't got a problem sleeping, so you don't really, you haven't turned on to fall asleep, have you? So, I won't do all of this, but you get the idea? You are making a loop, sticking it down. I'm not measuring it. And when you've done that on the piece of sellotape, as far as you want, lots and lots of loops, then snip and sew up the middle on your sewing machine if you've got a sewing machine. If not, you could just glue. If you didn't want to sew it, you could just fold that end down, put glue on the head and stick it down. But I'll show you what I've done here. I whipped upstairs to my sewing machine, and there's sticky side up still. I sewed down there. Now, I could probably take the sellotape off, but I'm just going to snip it. Rather than take it off the back, I'm just going to snip it off there. And there. And then I'm going to put glue on the back. And put it down the parting line, if you like, from the front there, down to the back. There we go. Now, I could always cut all of those, but like I said, you haven't switched on to go to sleep. So imagine I've done all of that. And then for the eyes, I could draw on eyes, but I think today I'll just put some little googly eyes. So they're quicker. And a little tiny hint of a nose, the bottom, the tip of the nose. And a little rose, but apparently you've got 3 muscles in your mouth, 2 in the top lip, 1 the bottom. So let's join those up now. And I'm going to add little cheeks there because it's quite cartoony. And I'm going to add some lovely lashes. And she's had her eyebrows done. Actually, I probably should have used a brown. You'll have more time than me. There we go. And there is your little hug in a bottle. Not totally finished, but you've got the idea. The idea is, I hope that you'll have enough different ideas to put together and make your own. So, signing off. In the next video, I will show you some poems that you can put together and add to these. And if you can't always find your words, like me sometimes, then it might help you. Okay, stay safe and pass on the love. Tatty bye.